I'm Ryan, the general manager at Dry Storage Bakehouse, and this is our flour mill where we get all our flour.
Oh, what's up? This is how we greet each other.
My name is Daniel Gray. I'm the head miller here at Dry Storage Mill. I'm in charge of all the processing, kind of the fulfillment of all the flour. Our grain is coming always from the farms themselves. We work directly with our farmers. We know them all by name, and each variety I think is selected because certain farmers in different regions grow them exceptionally. Once the grain arrives, it shows up in these super sacks, and we will process them using our stone mill. My job at the end of the day is to mitigate damage. In the process of creating flour, you can destroy it to smithereens, obliterate it, thereby also destroying all the things that kind of make it unique. Stone mills help to preserve a lot of what the grain naturally is, and so our farmers have put all this work into growing a beautiful grain, and so what I want to do is I want to preserve that integrity, preserve that beauty that comes out in the form of flavor. We have 7 different varieties of grain that we work with. We kind of like to look at our varieties as being like a palette of colors. Generally, when we talk to chefs or bakers alike, we ask them not about what they're trying to accomplish, but what they're trying to serve it with, and what kind of textures, what kind of flavors. And so it's cool that they can see now they have options for like a loaf of bread, for instance. And so rather than just have an all-purpose, which I think most folks are kind of used to when it comes to flour, we have very specific purpose. The beauty of that is you can create a product that's elevated in its own characteristics. And so it's no longer just a noodle, no longer just a loaf of bread. It's actually something that people remember. And that's kind of what I got into this. I tried the grain for the first time, was making bread out of it, milling it on a little countertop mill, and the flavor was just unreal. Something I had never had before, and I've been addicted to ever since.
Hi, my name is Mara King. I'm the Director of Fermentation and Sustainability for IDEST. There's 2 main places to focus in on the impact that this particular business has. We're responsible for the planting of 750 acres of regenerative grain in our region this year. One 50-pound bag of regenerative grain subsets 1 ton of carbon, whereas one 50-pound bag of conventional grain releases 32 tons of carbon into the atmosphere. We're also actively looking for ways to close loops and to create zero-waste products. So for example, if we have leftover bread from our farmer's market, we take that bread and we ferment it and we turn that into a sauce that we then use for our breakfast sandwiches. It's super delicious.
So if you ever miss us on Sundays at the Lafayette Farmers Market, you can come check us out in Boulder 7 days a week in the Peloton Apartments right off of Arapahoe. We would love to tell you a little bit more about what we do and serve you some food. Thank you so much.